On this episode of How to Do Florida, Chad is on a ride-along with the Florida FWC officers, learning how to do boating in Florida.
Now, do you go pepper, tase, or tase pepper?
It depends on the situation.
Then Chef Justin's bringing you a Florida-style patriotic recipe for red, white, and blue sturgeon with caviar.
Now this is quite a treat.
And later, Chad sets a course for Florida's Treasure Coast in search of lost pirate booty.
Dog, it's a power sweep. You're going way too fast, Chad. You have to slow the pace down.
Cover a lot of ground.
This is How to Do Florida.
Ha! Today on the show, we're going to show you how to do boating.
There are close to 1 million registered boaters in Florida, and thousands of them crowd into the intercoastal waterways every day here in Miami.
If you live in Florida, odds are you either own a boat or you know somebody who does. And no county has more registered boats than Miami-Dade.
More and more people are renting and buying boats every year, so it's important that everyone knows the rules of the waterways and obeys them. Today, we're in beautiful Miami, about 4 hours south of Orlando.
Captain George, how you doing, sir?
Chad, how are you, sir?
Good to see you.
Welcome aboard.
Today, we're riding along with law enforcement officer George Pina and his partner Manny of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, or the FWC as they're commonly known.
Riding with the man.
Okay, I'm gonna ask to see a life vest for each person on board the vessel.
We're about to learn how to do Florida in a boat.
You guys are a perfect example of what to do. Yeah, you have everything on board your vessel that you need to have. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Every boater born after 1988 is required to take a boater's safety course. And that brings us to step one. If you're visiting Florida and you took a safety course at home, that'll work. If not, you'll need to take one before you rent a boat or a personal watercraft in Florida.
If I'm 16, 17, 18 years old and I want to buy a boat, I've got to take this course, right?
It's a boater safety ID card that you need to have on your person if you're operating a vessel in Florida waterways. And what the state of Florida is trying to do is ultimately at the end of the day is have everyone go through a course similar to the one we're describing right now.
The course also teaches the basic rules of navigation, or the rules of the road as they're called. They keep boaters from colliding into each other, so they're kind of important. You can find out more information about the course at FWC's website, myfwc.com.
We can let you play with the blue lights if you want.
That is a good idea. Can we board a yacht and rummage through their refrigerator?
There's something about being on the boat that makes people want to horse around.
No reckless behavior, my friend.
It's a good way to end up overboard, and that's when having the right safety gear on board is critical. Step 2, safety check.
Are you going to make me wear this the whole time, seriously?
I was thinking about it, but you know what? It's 2012. We have new equipment, new innovations. I'm going to give you something that, just like mine, that I'm wearing, that's a lot more comfortable and a lot more conducive to Florida.
Now we're talking.
You have graduated.
Ha-ha! Look at this. Woohoo!
Here we go.
This is like the bikini version. How do we do this?
Yep, just like that. How does that feel?
Oh, butter.
These slim new life jackets are a huge improvement over the big orange ones.
It's comfortable, it's easy to wear. You fall into the water, it'll immediately expand, and it could potentially save your life.
The vest inflates on impact when it hits the water, kind of like an airbag. The boater says he's a former Coast Guard officer, so he should have everything dialed in. Sure enough, he's got a life jacket, a throwable life-saving device, a fire extinguisher, and flares, all organized in one case.
I mean, this is really neat, because the last boater we pulled over, stuff was kind of scattered all over the place.
Yeah. Remember, another one of the rules that's very important is it has to be readily accessible.
Right.
So, he knows that all his safety equipment is right here.
He's even got a floating GPS device.
Wherever that is, that's where we're going to go and look for you. Thanks again.
It's really exciting to be on patrol with these guys.
We just hit the antenna.
Oh my gosh, look at that up there, up high, guys, up high.
And you never know what might happen, like a sailboat getting stuck under a bridge.
There was a catamaran vessel that was trying to get underneath this bridge, and apparently there was not enough clearance for him to get under, and he scraped the top of the bridge, causing some damage to one of the masts. But ultimately, it's the captain's responsibility, and they should know better.
Can we tase him?
No, no tasing. Hey, there's dolphins swimming right.
Dolphins. Dolphins. Where?
Step 3, obey the wildlife markers. Even in the middle of an urban center like Miami, Florida waters are teeming with wildlife, including dolphins and manatees.
The manatee has been on one of our endangered lists for quite some time. So what we're trying to do is trying to make sure that the manatee continues to be here. It's a majestic animal that's been around forever, and we want to make sure it's still here in the future.
That's exactly why they put markers in wildlife protection zones.
If you see a manatee sign, abide by the rules and regulations set forth.
Right.
But there's also signs in the water that the manatee leaves. For example, when they're swimming, their fin goes down in the water and it creates like a ripple effect, and it's very easy to see.
Yeah.
So if you're in a manatee zone area or approaching a manatee zone, be cognizant of your surrounding to make sure that you don't strike a manatee.
Give me the tour here. What is on this belt?
We have the pepper spray that we use in situations that warrant it.
Right.
We have our taser.
Now, do you go pepper, tase, or tase pepper?
It depends on the situation. Then we have a knife.
Leatherman.
We need that. Handcuffs. We need those.
Gotta have handcuffs.
Of course, we have our service weapon here.
The most powerful weapon on you is this right here, correct?
Some people would argue that that is indeed the case.
I have a 5-hour.
Ah,
I have a knife,
yes,
and I have, this is an emergency orange I carry.
an emergency
This is
orange.
basically what I need
Huh,
to do what I do as a professional host.
I got you.
Okay, these are the tools of my trade.
Now there's just one more thing I need to do before the day ends.
Chad, no! What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. These things work. Put your hands up.
George and Manny are good sports, but they're dead serious about what they do. And we should all take comfort knowing the FWC is patrolling Florida's waters.
Overall, good day, right?
Yeah,
We
good
engaged,
day.
we got in there, we learned, and we're better for it, right?
I hope we are, Chad.
Are you ready to call it a day?
I'm ready to call it a day.
You've got that look. I think George is done.
So next time you see an FWC officer on patrol, give him a wave and let him know how much you appreciate the valuable and dangerous service these men and women provide Florida every day.
Hey, for more information on boating safety, go to our website at howtodoflorida.com. All right, George, get me out of here.
Still to come, there's gold in them there dunes.
That's the fun thing about this hobby. If you find it, you have the right to keep it.
We show you how to do treasure hunting.
It was a pity.
But first, Chef Justin's got a Floridian all-American recipe for red, white, and blue sturgeon with caviar.
All right, Chad, here we have it.
You're watching How to Do Florida. We'll be right back. Chad.
Hey, today on the show, we're going red, white, and blue with a prehistoric fish.
That's right, we got Florida bio-recirculating aquaculture farm-raised sturgeon.
And their babies. Chip, I have to be honest, really excited about what you're gonna do with this next dish.
That's right, this sturgeon is from Moat Marine where they have bio-recirculating aquaculture. So it's farm-raised sturgeon from Siberia, raised in Florida.
Because taking sturgeon commercially or residentially in Florida here is illegal.
Big no-no.
No.
We're gonna start a blueberry barbecue sauce. Now this is gonna go phenomenal with our sturgeon. We're kind of playing on the red, white, and blue thing here today. First thing, we got a medium-high little stock pot here. A little bit of oil going in. And we're gonna start some aromatics here, a little bit of onion. Jalapeno. Chad, I'm gonna let you stir for me.
Okay.
Now this is a great base for a barbecue sauce. Really, you can add whatever ingredients you like, and I encourage you to play around with your barbecue sauce. If you like a little more spicy, add some more spice, a little sweeter, a little more sugar, all those kind of things. So I got Florida blueberries here. Let's get them in.
Man, I've never put blueberries in a hot pot. You sure you know what you're doing? You just put blueberries in a hot pot.
I know, blueberries in. Okay, now let's add the rest of our ingredients to this, and then we're gonna let this cook down a little bit, okay? So we got a little hot sauce here. I like it spicy. This is a good Florida-made hot sauce. In the pan it goes. A little bit of vinegar. I've got some rice wine vinegar here. If you got red wine vinegar at the house, use that. I got a little Dijon mustard, a little bit of brown sugar, not too much. Sweet, spicy, pungent. We want it to hit on all those notes. All right. Now we have our sturgeon fillet here. Medium hot pan. Olive oil.
A little bit of olive oil, your favorite
going in.
oil.
Beautiful fresh fish. All we want is a little salt and pepper. That's it. I don't need to do a lot to this. Let's keep it simple, Chad.
So there's no skin on there, just a fillet. Looks
That's
like
right.
Just a straight up fillet of a sturgeon.
All right, when we lay it in the hot pan, we always want to lay away so we don't want any splatter.
We splatter it that way.
That's way. All right, now this basically, we just want to let this cook probably about 2 to 3 minutes on each side.
Okay.
We want it a little over medium. We don't want to overcook it. And then when we're pairing our fish with such strong flavors like a blueberry barbecue, then we really don't want to do too much to the fish. If we were just serving the fish alone, maybe we would herb crust it, or maybe some pink peppercorns or something a little more strong like this. But we just want to highlight, you know, the beautiful, simple flavor of the fish and the nice flavors of this blueberry barbecue. All right, Chad, our fish is done. Our blueberry barbecue is almost done. This just needs to be pureed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set this over here. And through the magic of television, I have some
Shazam!
ready to rock right there. Okay, now to serve this, I got a little bit of grilled watermelon here. It's a little fun. I think it'll go great with this red, white, and blue kind of setup here.
Can you not grill?
Pretty much grill anything,
You
huh?
can grill anything.
Okay, I'm gonna put my sturgeon fillet on.
Oh, man.
We'll use a little of the blueberry barbecue here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Chad, here we
Wow.
have it.
Ha!
Pan
Good stuff.
roasted Florida sturgeon, farm raised, with our blueberry barbecue sauce, some grilled watermelon. That's looking good, huh? And I saved a few fresh blueberries to garnish with. Nice.
Looking forward to eating this. Never had sturgeon, so.
Not only that, but we have some beautiful deviled eggs here. These are Florida eggs, of course, and we have the sturgeon caviar. Now this is quite a treat. I just want you to know how much of a treat this is. I'm just gonna take this caviar and put it right on top of these deviled eggs, just like that. Okay.
So the caviar, I guess that's the byproduct of the fish, is that right?
Actually, the meat is the byproduct of the caviar. The caviar makes the money and it's phenomenal, but being able to utilize the meat also, it's a win-win situation.
What are the fish? Can you eat the fish and the eggs? There's not many of them out there, right?
That's right.
Man, what a great flavor. Good stuff. To learn this recipe and many, many more, go to our website, howtodoflorida.com. Like this caviar?
Coming up next, will Chad finally pay off those student loans?
First treasure of the day.
When How to Do Florida returns.
We're here in Jupiter Beach on Florida's Treasure Coast. We're going to show you how to find treasure. Hoorah!
Florida may be known for sunshine, fishing, and palm trees, but gold? Turns out Florida has more sunken treasure than anywhere else in the United States. Not all this lost loot came from pirates. For centuries, Florida's hurricanes overturned an estimated 10% of cargo ships carrying valuables to and from the Old World. Experts estimate there's over $200 million in treasure just waiting to be found off Florida's coast. This week we travel to Jupiter Inlet. Florida's Treasure Coast stretches from Hobe Sound in the south to just north of Sebastian Inlet. And its name comes from, you guessed it, pirate and cargo ships filled with all kinds of loot that capsized in this area. Man, if there's ever a place to find treasure, this is it.
The center of activity for this small coastal town is without a doubt Jupiter Inlet.
Here we decided to hit up a true modern-day treasure hunter. He's more like a privateer. Captain Dominic Adario and his crew have exclusive Florida rights to dive a site that contains the remnants of a mid-17th century ship. Over the years, they've recovered over 15,000 artifacts, mostly gold coins.
Let's go get some gold.
Down to the sea in ships they go.
I wasn't so sure about the seaworthiness of the Blue Pearl. Let's just say she wasn't exactly a luxury liner.
So, Captain,
Yes.
we getting close?
We're about 5 minutes from the wreck site.
You know, this is quite the vessel you got here. I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, she's a bit overbuilt.
One of the top lighthouses in Florida is right behind me, the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse. Take it in. Soak it. More. Take more in. You didn't get enough. All right, that's enough. We're going to go out and we're going to look for some gold, like to explain that process.
We're going out to the shipwreck site and we're going to dive into history.
Step 1, underwater hunt. Finding lost treasure is something that everyone has dreamed about at least once in his or her lifetime.
I want to show you what we're looking for. Take a look at this. Hold this in your hand. Those are encrusted coins, and when you clean them up, they look like this.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
When you find them encrusted and concreted together like that, they're going to be a better quality artifact than if you're finding them singly or one by one.
Well, man, I'm ready to get in the water.
I think I found something, Don. I found these 2 things right there.
I think you found a spike from the shipwreck.
This treasure hunt will take it out of you.
You think you're ready for a sandwich?
No gold coins on this dive. So Dom took me to one of his favorite beach spots to show us how to use a metal detector to look for treasure.
Oh my gosh.
When you find coins on the beach, they're yours.
Okay.
That's the fun thing about this hobby. If you find it, you have the right to keep it. And that's not true when you're out in the water.
Finders keepers.
Step 2, learn the gear.
So, Don, what does somebody need to come out here and start looking for treasure? Take us through the just 101 here.
Okay, we have 2 different metal detectors here. This is a surf zone. It can be used around the water. You can immerse it into the water, but you can't put the power head in the water.
Okay.
This metal detector, on the other hand, can go completely immersed in the water. And you need a set of headphones. And there are gauges on the metal detectors.
If somebody wants to come out here and do this, where do they start on the beach? How do they work this thing?
Best point, try to start at an outgoing tide if you can. Pick 2 points, and then if you get a hit, stop, start going the other way, perpendicular, so that you can pinpoint on the hit and find out exactly where it is.
And now it's time for step 3, beach hunt.
Dom, I'm getting ping pongs all in here. My machine's overheating. Dom, this is a power sweep.
You're going way too fast, Chad. You have to slow the pace down.
Trying to cover a lot of ground. It was a pity. Tack, tick, tack, right there. Something's right there. Ha! Ha ha! Look at that. Ha ha!
We got one.
What do you got, Dom?
Got a big hit here.
Another bottle cap?
No, I don't think so. I think this is something special.
Mad's keys?
No, I think that's Dad's key.
Dad's
I think you
keys.
found Dad's keys.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
This is exciting, man. My blood is rushing, like my heart is pumping. I can see why this is so addicting.
It's really exciting. It's to find, put your hands on something that's been lost in time. All of a sudden, you can connect to that historic moment.
This is really kind of a big part of the Florida lifestyle, that kind of pirate spirit.
You know, this is the treasure coast, and there's treasure in that sand. Everybody can be a part of the process here on the beach, searching into the historic past of this coastline.
Amen, brother.
Hey, for more information on treasure hunting, go to our website at howtodoflorida.com.
You're watching How to Do Florida. We'll be right back.
You know, I've lived in Florida all my life, but her beauty never ceases to amaze me. I hope you've learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged about getting out and enjoying Florida.
For more info on this episode, go to howtodoflorida.com, where you can watch full episodes, bonus material, and all of Chef Justin's yummy recipes. Be sure to check out our Do Florida page, which is our giant list of events and activities all over the Sunshine State. Yeah, you should check it out.
Keep your hands away from the controls, my friend.
Okay. Have you ever killed anybody?
I could. I want to kill him sometime.
I don't know why.
We're in the kitchen, cooking with Chef Justin. Things are great. It's a great day, right?
You wish you were here.
I respect your tools, but I ask you to respect mine.
Oh, I certainly will.
All right, kitchen boy, clean this up. Just leave all that. Don't clean it up. In fact, just push it off the end there.
Nobody go near my caviar.
Sturgeon. What's this unskilled labor setting? Whoa. All right, man. The fan right there. Finally, we get to tase somebody.
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes.